How's it going, guys? My name is Jack and welcome to another video talking about saving money and personal finance. Now in this video I just want to talk about the 5 habits and principles that have helped me save, in this case 80% of my take-home salary. The first and number one principle is live on essentials. Now there's the saying of living within your means, which I personally am not a big fan of because your means can be somewhat subjective. This is the first and most basic personal finance advice that every person will give you, to not go out and have coffee, not eat avocado toast out of 20 bucks, and not to go into debt for things that are pure and simply stupid things to get into debt for, such as a fancy car, travel, expensive clothes, anything that basically can't be written off as a work expense, you should not go into debt for. Now, the example is always given of purchasing a nice car. How often do you drive a car? How nice of a car do you actually need? And whether or not you can even get by with something like public transport, riding a bike to work, or using a service like Car Next Door where you get to borrow a car when you need it for short periods of time. Living on essential means that you're not upgrading things once a year because you need to keep up with the latest trends. You're using phones from a few years ago, computers from a few years ago because they still work. Number 2 is to never pay full price. Now, if you're a child of migrant parents, this is something that has been drilled into you. What that really entails is buying stuff from the supermarket in bulk, knowing that you're going to need more of it down the track. It's about looking at anything that you want or need at a significant discount. So whether it's the act of shopping around different online websites, being able to find vouchers and codes, as well as just going online and looking at the second-hand market for something that's very similar in terms of condition, but a very big difference in terms of price. For gas and electricity, it is as simple as calling your provider and asking them whether or not you're on the best, most cost-effective plan that you can possibly be on. And the conversation will go like this. Hi there, I'm just wondering whether or not I'm on the best plan for my usage in terms of my gas and electricity. I've been approached by another company who has provided me and quoted me much better rates. Now I've got no complaints as far as your service goes, so I'd really like to be able to stay. Is there any way where you guys can either match or provide slightly better rates than what I've been quoted, or be able to provide any additional perks that, basically help me justify staying with you guys? That's as simple as a conversation needs to be. For one-off purchases especially, I would always go through and search the second-hand market of Gumtree, Facebook Marketplace, and eBay. The other main tactic to use when not paying full price is to be able to use rewards points. There are a number of credit cards that have some kind of loyalty program which helps you accumulate points which can be converted to either dollars or to purchasing items at discounted rates. Flybys is my personal favorite because it does convert into actual dollars to spend on groceries and petrol and everyday utilities. But outside of Flybys, there's always Velocity, Qantas points, and all the other frequent flyer type programs where you can either convert it into actual items or convert it into travel points and vouchers. If you're making enough money, the amount of time that you spend hunting for these deals, driving to middle of nowhere to pick up something for $100 less than if you bought it online, you need to be smart and say that it is not worth your time anymore. We all have that uncle that drives 30 minutes down the road to some petrol station to save 3 or 4 cents per litre. This is not really the way to do it because obviously it gets to a point where there's diminishing returns for your time and effort. Now the third thing is to be debt-free. Now this is obviously easier said than done, but if you have student loans or a car payment, then a portion of your payslip gets siphoned out to pay these repayments without you ever seeing the money. Now the tax man already takes enough of your payslip, so you don't want the HEX man, the car payment man, and worst of all, you don't want the MasterCard or the Visa man to take more of your hard-earned money. The good news is that obviously paying off debt means that you can have more money come into your account every payslip. So think of it as an investment, essentially. You are paying something as an investment to get more money in the future. Now the fourth one is to buy income generating assets. Now this is a topic that's big enough to cover a whole new series of videos, but simply put, if you can buy assets that generate income, that income helps you cover your everyday living costs. Now the goal for everyone in this whole finance game is to achieve some sort of financial independence where they no longer need to work and have sufficient income coming in from different sources. The most traditional way of getting some sort of passive income or income that doesn't come directly from your actual work is to buy assets that generate income. Typically this is done through either real estate or through dividend investing in the stock market. In the internet age, you have other options such as e-commerce, dropshipping, and ad revenue from platforms obviously such as YouTube. A lot of these other avenues require a lot of time, effort, as well as money to really be able to see any kind of return. The goal here is to build enough wealth and buy enough assets where those assets are generating enough income, not only to cover your everyday living costs, but to be able to cover a lot of your luxury spendings as well. Now, last but not least, the fifth and final principle is to make more money. Obviously, you're sitting there thinking, well,
of course, if I am able to make more money, I can save more money, duh.
If you operate on the previous four principles of living on essentials, never paying full price, removing all debt, and buying income generating assets, then this last one will really propel you to the next level. Having established really strong foundations in those four principles, you can really focus on making more money, knowing the fact that you can only cut back on your spending so much. But your ability to earn more money is limitless. Now, whether that's through your regular full-time job in terms of negotiating a better salary, or if it's through side hustles, or if it's through principle number 4 of buying income generating assets, I think it gets to a point where if you've established very strong foundations in terms of your spending habits, you can really start focusing on making more money than as opposed to saving more money. Now, what I learned from trying to save 80% of my take-home pay was you can only cut back so much before it becomes unrealistic and completely detrimental to your lifestyle. I kept thinking, was there something that I had in the house that I could sell on Marketplace so that I didn't have to eat rice and tuna for this week? Or was there something that I could do to earn a little bit more just to buy myself McDonald's or KFC? And frankly, that is just not a very healthy way to live. And those are basically the 5 principles, and the only 5 principles you need if you want to be able to make and save more money. So go out this week and try some of these things. Call up your electricity or your gas provider and see if you can negotiate better rates. Go on Marketplace and see if you can find something that you've always wanted at a much cheaper price, or just see if there's a good deal where you can buy it and then flip it. Once again, thank you very much for watching. If you liked the video, please hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I'll see you guys in the next video. See ya.